ridiculous.
It's the same show.
And if I ever get as ridiculous as Bill Maher is right now, I hope there's a YouTuber who fucking hands me my ass.
Well, that's us, Jimmy. Thank you. Yeah,
Hey!
Sitch and Adam show. Yeah.
You're 1,000 times more ridiculous than Bill Maher has ever been.
Yeah.
Check in this 124-minute segment.
Check our sources. Yeah, we dug in, man. You need to update. You need the update. It's a software. You can't put it off anymore, okay? Software update. You're fucking putting lies out into the world, Jimmy, okay?
Yep.
We're here to hand you your ass, as you say.
Because that you need a slap in the face to wake up every once in a while. And
smack, smack. Wake
there
up.
You go. Any Jimmy Dore fans? I saw some Jimmy Dore fan criticizing us in the chat. Look, we have full permission from the man himself, slapping him up. We're just trying to wake Jimmy up.
We're trying to wake you up. We want to shake you by the collar, Jimmy. Right. Jimmy, we had dinner 2 weeks ago.
Jimmy, change your shirt. It looks like a magic eye picture. It's distracting.
You were very, very funny, okay? You don't need to do this shit.
And if I ever get that bad, I swear to God, I hope somebody does that to me. But again, let's remember, my main job, I'm a comedian. That's my real job.
Oh, my God.
I'm a comedy show, Adam.
Oh,
it's
my
a
God.
comedy show.
Now he's stepping on our heels here. Just remember, I'm a comedian. That allows me to lie indiscriminately. We're comedians, too. We have a comedy show.
Isn't Bill Maher's main job to be a comedian?
I know. Yeah, exactly.
This attack is not going to go anywhere.
We still, you know, we're trying to fight fake news here. Comedians can at least put some truth into the world at the same time. All of the stuff that was totally incendiary, though, I wouldn't categorize as funny or jokes or any of that stuff. A lot of the stuff that Jimmy Dore got wrong wasn't comedy.
He had only one joke in this entire segment that I could think of.
Really?
Which was the Bill Maher killed comedy joke.
Oh, that was a joke?
Yeah, it was a joke. Yeah.
Terrible.
No,
I'm not
jokes.
one of these guys who calls himself a comedian, right? Like, oh, I'm a comedian because I'm funny on my show. No, I'm an actual comedian, meaning you can drop me into a room full of people who don't know me and I can make them laugh for an hour straight. That's what I mean.
Well, the set he did, I think, was more like 10 minutes, but I don't know if I could do Jimmy Dore for an hour, but we'll see.
Why is he why is he even saying this? Like, what's the point?
He's saying I'm a professional comedian. Right now, listen.
What does it have to do with anything that's been
Bill Maher's a professional comedian
Bill
too.
Ain't a funny man.
Yeah. This is some dick measuring going on.
Is it?
Pay attention.
He was just praising
Sitch.
Bill for being a comedian like 10 seconds ago.
He's saying I am an actual comedian,
he wrote a
unlike
book.
Bill Maher.
It was a book on comedy, though. So
Unlike Bill Maher.
And now, our feature presentation.
2, 1, go.
They're always on the side of bombing, but that's not what we do at this show here. We debunk that kind of shit. We bring on people like Danny Haiphong to do it. Danny, any last thing you'd like to say? So I think people got the message that the people that the Uyghurs in the United States, the Uyghur Congress, they're all funded by people in the pocket of the military-industrial complex. I know that. Now, I don't know exactly what's going on in China, but I know that.
Can I pause?
And
What did you just say?
I know that if someone uses the Uyghurs as a reason to ramp up,
US.
Did you pause?
Yeah, I paused it. He said the Uyghurs in the U.S. are funded by the U.S. military-industrial complex. Okay, so he's saying that Uyghurs in the U.S. that are trying to draw attention to the literal genocide happening in China are just it's the military-industrial complex trying to start a hot war with China, which is
really
absurd.
Really?
Okay, that's what he's saying.
So he's saying that my understanding of the Uyghur genocide is that the Chinese don't like the fact that there's this religious sect, starting shit in their provinces, right?
Yep.
So they're
You're
rounding them up and saying, no, we're an atheistic nation, basically.
Yep.
No religion.
Forced assimilation into whatever they consider their culture. Yes.
They play John Lennon. Imagine no religion as they round them up and take them to the fucking concentration camp.
Yeah, but no, that's a conspiracy. Okay,
Right.
That's a conspiracy.
So, but he's saying it's not real, and that they're trying.
Well, Well, he used very careful language. He said, "I don't know what's happening in China, but I do know the people drawing attention to it are all funded by the U.S. military-industrial complex."
Right, because they want to start a war.
Right, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous. No
Like
one
the Latin-
wants to start a hot war with China. That's not a
Yeah.
thing. That's not a thing. Okay.
Yes. I mean, we would like to resolve the conflict because we're all a bunch of bleeding heart Americans. We don't want to know that, you know, we don't want to know that there's a genocide going on in China, especially when fucking half our shit is made in China.
It's all conspiracy, Adam. It's all conspiracy. But anyway, let's
Let's
keep watching the
continue.
clip.
3, 2, 1,
Yes.
go.
Cold War or some kind of they care more about the Uyghurs than they do about the people in their own goddamn country. You know they're full of shit. All right, Danny, anything else you'd like to say before we say goodbye?
Sure. So, I mean, there are a couple of points that I think are important to note. Is that the United States always seems to be concerned about human rights when the concern isn't really valid. I mean, even if you read Adrian Zenz, for example, read his studies on forced birth control, for example, you see many different citations that lead directly to sources which actually give you a more rosy picture of what's happening in Xinjiang. For example, that the population in Xinjiang, the Uyghur population, has actually risen 25%. It's a very strange genocide, right? Most genocides have reductions in population and huge migrations, right, of people out of the.
Well, you're laughing. I paused. I don't know anything about the Uyghur genocide aside from what I've heard and read in like a few articles, but not. I mean, I haven't really dug into it very deeply. So,
Mm-hmm.
have you read anything on it? I mean,
No,
Scott
I
Adams
read it,
talks
but-
about it all the time. So,
So
but Scott Adams is an unreliable protagonist on anything to do with China because
yes.
Scott Adams, if you don't know, his stepson was killed by a fentanyl overdose, and most of the fentanyl that gets into the United States is from China. So
Mhm.
Scott Adams is on a personal mission to. He's basically declared World War III on China. So
I looked up this guy he's talking to right now, Danny Haiphong.
yeah,
Danny Haiphong is a super socialist,
Right.
Tanky,
you can't tell from the glasses.
yeah, who wrote an article called "My Trip to China Exposed the Shameful Lies Peddled by the American Empire."
Okay, so he's basically pro-communism,
Oh, so
pro-communist China.
Not only, he's not pro-socialist, he's pro-communist, like
Right.
China communism.
Yeah.
And he says, the truth is that peace-loving people in the U.S. would love China were it not for the plethora of racist, imperialistic lies that have been programmed into the minds of the Westerners.
Right. Oh, that sounds unbiased.
Yep. Then he goes on to say all the stuff about the Uyghur genocide is not true. So there
Okay.
you go. So Jimmy Dore has a total Tanky China shill on his show telling you that the Uyghur genocide is not actually happening.
It's so weird how you can get
Wow.
in this situation. If you are and Jimmy Dore goes on and on and on about Fox News being just all right-wing propaganda. Like if you are in a situation where you're not going to accept any conservative sources whatsoever, your whole worldview is going to be cobbled together out of reading the Daily Beast.
Yes.
You're going to be in this weird conspiracy theory sort of situation here. And maybe
Mhm.
that's why Jimmy Dore is in this situation here where
Well, I mean, this isn't from this is just from like Jimmy Dore has apparently absorbed every leftist, not left, every leftist socialist talking point that
Right.
America is the problem. America has done everything bad in the world. Everything's America's fault. And every other country in the world would be a peaceful socialist utopia if not for the evil America.
yeah.
Stamping them all out.
If not for the Soviet Union invasion. Never mind.
Yeah, like what is this is
Yeah.
this is disgusting. But let's finish his little Twitter
A
apology
particular
here.
place. How is it that the United States has any kind of moral, political, or any other kind
They
of
don't.
authority to
Sorry, I paused it again. I couldn't help it. How does America have any kind of moral They don't. Jimmy Dore can't help himself. They don't.
Remember when the U.S. during World War II put Japanese people in internment camps and then eliminated them from the gene pool in America? Remember when that happened?
What do you mean? They let him out and they gave him money. What do they call it?
Reparations.
Reparations. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That didn't happen. Oh my God! It's almost like that never happened.
They felt bad. They
no.
felt terrible
Oh.
about it and gave him reparations.
Yeah, but Adam, 200 years ago, America had slaves. It's the same. Where's our moral authority when 200 years ago we did something that was just as bad as what someone's doing right now?
Well, at least we feel bad about it. I mean, that slavery was kind of fucked up. So.
I mean,
They just want to know which team everybody's on.
Yes.
For sure. They don't
Right.
like it when it's like unclear.
Yeah, that's another thing that we have in common with you, Shu, because we don't want to be on a fucking team.
Amen, brother.
we're rebels.
What are we, some kind of suicide squad?
Good night, everybody. Da, 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 da.